Hello, this is going to be Shaolin Big Foot style. So you're going to start off in a stance like this. Your left leg, your left arm guarding your face, your right fist by your hip. You can move your arms, move around to block and dodge. Your legs are going to be pretty upright and bladed facing your opponent. So the first thing you want to do is you want to jump up, slide in, use your left leg to hook your opponent's foot, come up, use your left arm to hook your opponent's arm, and then throw an elbow towards their face. If you try to do that and your opponent moves away, then you want to move your hands forward to clasp their arm. Then from here, you can pull them into your slide. You can pull them backwards to off balance them and then go into a slide. You can come up and then go into a slide. Or you can pull their arm over your head like this. Throw it over your head, grab them, punch them in the stomach, and then go to a slide. Now, if when you're trying to grab them with your palms, your opponent moves away from that, then you want to quickly get an angle on them by pivoting like this. And then from there, you either want to palm grab them into the slide, like that, like that, like that, or like that. Now, if your opponent dodges, moves away while you're pivoting towards them to get that angle on them, then what you want to do is you want to entangle their arms with your arms, go into an empty stance, mess with their leg a little bit to help balance them, come up, grab them, turn them around, and then do jab, jab, and then a jumping kick. Now that's a lot of moves, but really, at any point in that series of moves, if you feel like your opponent's now out of position, then that's when you want to go get your angle and then use your palms to grab their arm into one of the 4 palm grab slides. Now, the second option is to bring your hands up like this and then punch them in the stomach. And the left hand is going to block and kind of stuff their arms underneath it, or in any way, really, to get them out of the way and prevent a counterattack. Now, if you jump towards your opponent like this, and they move out of the way, then what you want to do is you want to take your left hand, parry down one of your opponent's lead hands and throw a hammer fist, then throw a second hammer fist, this time raising up your right leg while you do it, and then jump into the punch. Now, if your opponent moves out of the way when you try to throw that hammer fist, then what you want to do is you want to get an angle behind them like this, and then come up and throw the first hammer fist, the second hammer fist, and then the punch. And then if your opponent moves out of the way when you're trying to get that angle on them, then what you want to do is you want to entangle their arms like this, come up, throw 2 uppercuts while stomping, throw a 3rd uppercut while coming down into the T stance. 1 hammer fist, 2 hammer fists, and then the punch. So that's the attack patterns. Now, after you elbow someone, there's 4 options. The first option is to tangle up their arms like this, stomp them down, scoop up their butt, and then go in for a takedown, the lower body takedown. The second option is to use your right hand to pull one of their arms forward, do a lunging jab, and then use that to go into an upper body clinch takedown. The third option is going to be to use your hands to push their hands down while stepping right foot forward, then throwing a punch like this. And then from here, you can either do an overhead hammer fist to a stomach punch, or you can do 2 kicks, 2 snap kicks, to a jumping snap kick. Then, the fourth option is to throw a crescent kick and then jump into a stomach punch like that. Now, if you throw the stomach punch, you also have 4 options. The first one is gonna be the same. Swing your hands over your head to entangle them, move them down, scoop their butt for a takedown, then go for a lower body takedown. The second one's also the same. It's gonna be to entangle the arm with the right hand, pull back jab, coming for an upper body clinch takedown. The third one, you're gonna take your right hand and you're gonna wave it to clear the arms, and you're gonna throw an elbow, then you're gonna step through and throw a second elbow. And then the fourth option is going to be try to get your hands with some connection to their hands, then do this motion. Punch them in the stomach, and then come in for a leg slide elbow. So that's the main section of big flood style, but there's also some auxiliary moves. So the first one is I can fall back like this, throw my hands over like this, and then come into a leg slide attack, a leg slide entry. The second option is I can fall back like this, and kind of pulling your opponent in with you, doing a double punch, and then entering into your stomach punch entry. You can also face your opponent, go like this, and do a triple jab to a front kick, or do a spinning back elbow to a front kick, and then from your front kick, that's where you can set up your crescent kick to stomach punch, or the arm wave to sliding elbow. And then finally, you can step forward, jump up into a snap kick, try to get an angle on your opponent, and then throw a horse stance chamber punch. And the punches can be thrown one after the other, and they can also be thrown like this, where you brace off this leg and you lean over to hit them in the head. And these can also be thrown without the setup from the snap kick.